tearing out pieces of me to replace the broken pieces of you. Tearing out.
Hello, wealthy family, and welcome to today's video. Thank you so much for coming and sharing some time with me. I love and appreciate you all. So before we get started, I have some exciting news. Earlier today, I posted my new promo video. Go check that out. I am running a promotion for February. It's my birthday month. It's really the only time I do a sale. I don't do Black Friday or Small Business Saturday or anything of that nature. Sometimes on cosmic days I'll run a special, but February is it. So it's a very good time to stock up on your bookings on my regulars. All right, it's a good time to stock up on your bookings for the year because my calendar is open for the year. But it is also a good time to try something new. If you've never had a reading, you've always wanted to try out one of my services, maybe chakra balancing or mental healing, now is a really good time because it is the lowest price that it will ever be. I also, because it's a leap year and leap years are huge, my birthday is February 28th. That's why it's 28% off. And my husband is March 1st. So when we have a leap year, that extra day in between, we like to celebrate and do some funky things. But with it being leap year, I added an additional 10% off when you use $100 or more. The coupon code is, well, go watch the video for the coupon code. So that is that, wealthy family. I also have started a new YouTube channel, channeling messages with the Angel Oracle. That channel is going to be exclusively for readings, messages, things of that nature. I will still do some of that here on Ascending Infinite Goddess, but Spirit's been pushing me to do this for a while, and me being who I am just now doing it. So go check me out on that channel as well. Channeling messages with the Angel Oracle. I'll make sure to put the link down in the description. But today we are going to talk about habits of the wealthy. And I want to talk about this. This is something I'm sure I've done a video on this before. I have hundreds of videos. But it doesn't hurt to have a refresher. And I really wanted to touch on this because money, the mindset mantra of money, of affluency, of being well to do, that is something that surrounds me and is so near and dear to my heart because when I was raised, when I was growing up, we didn't have a lot of money. My mom has certain diseases that prevent her from holding a steady job, but she always had her side hustle. She was cooking, she was doing getting exclusive ties for the brothers in our Kingdom Hall. I was raised a Jehovah's Witness, so maybe in the church. For those of you who aren't familiar with Kingdom Hall, different things. She was typing. She's a really fast typer. She was doing stenography and dictation and all types of stuff. Is stenography? Anyway, she was doing all types of stuff. Really fast typer. But she had certain ailments, and I I knew that we weren't well off. I knew we weren't rich, but I never wanted for anything. I always ate. I felt very special because I had a tailor make my clothes, right? I had custom made clothes. It wasn't just in the store. I was never one. I still am not one for Jordans and Nike, so I didn't care. I didn't have those. I wanted my sandals. Like the island flair, the island girl type vibe, and it wasn't until I got older that, in my teens and stuff, that I started recognizing certain things. But I always had a wealthy mindset. Like, I've traveled to Europe before I was 12. I traveled to Europe, spent a summer out there. Been to Jamaica numerous times. Been to Disney World numerous times. We did things that most people that would consider poor weren't able to do, or people who don't have money, for a single mom. Right? And it was me and my sister in the house at the time because my older two brothers, they're really older, so they were doing their thing. But wealthy has always encompassed me. I've always held that within my being. I never succumbed to the I'm poor mindset. Sure, during different periods of my life, that energy was more prevalent than others because I hadn't quite mastered my thoughts. I wasn't quite able to master my feelings, my emotions as well. So that deterred, and life is a series of ebb and flow, of up and down. So I had periods where I wasn't always at my best, but for the most part, I always felt wealthy, right? I always had um, an affinity for the flair, right? And if you are on my channel, if you're in alignment, especially if you're hearing this message right now, if you've gotten this far into the video, you are a wealthy individual as well. It's just about how consistent and how mastered are you over your own being to see the consistent flow of wealth. See, wealth comes in many different ways. It's not just about money, right? What resources do you have? What assets do you have, right? How do you bring value? That is what makes you wealthy. It's not just about money. Okay? So when I say hello, wealthy family, I mean hello, divine being, abundant being. Greetings to you. I see you. I appreciate you. I feel you. And we about to take this thing over together. We're not planning for our tomorrow or our next week. We are planning for our forever because we are infinite beings. And we want to make sure that the mark that we are living in this life cycle that we were actually able to come through and experience, we want to make sure that this mark is our strongest mark to get us through to our next cycle, to our next cipher, to the next eons of generations. We're not thinking about doom and gloom. We're not thinking, why am I here? We're not in the victim mode. We are wealthy and resourceful and well off. We are affluent. We are making sure that our habits mirror those that we feel are displaying wealthy traits as well. There is no difference between you and Elon Musk. There is no difference between me and Mark Zuckerberg, except the thought process. What are the thought processes? What are the thoughts that you're grabbing hold to and putting action and momentum behind? What resources have you built and compiled? That's the only difference. They study astrology. Astrology is open to everybody. They study habits. Studies of habits, recognizing how to interact with individuals is out there for everybody. It's not a secret. They meditate. Meditation is open to everybody. They eat a healthy, energizing, or you know what? I can't even tune to what those monsters eat, but I know they got to eat food that keep them going. And that is how you should move as well. See, that fast showed me I can eat differently and feel better. However, I did go back to my meats and my sugar because I enjoy those things. My body enjoys those things, but I recognized I didn't need them as much. So I was able to master and manipulate the way how I use those things in my everyday life. All the tools and resources are available to everybody. And everybody has a different picture and version of what wealth is. So the wealthy atomic habits that you want to have and build and display is just a generalization, but it's up to you to put your personal stamp on it. And when things go into the ebb, go into the deep, that begin to go to the dip, not allow your thoughts to go there either. Everything is balanced. You cannot appreciate the highs if you don't have the lows. You can't appreciate how far you have come if you don't recognize the path behind you. So appreciate it all. But don't hang your hat on uncertainty, on depression, on anxiety, on doom and gloom. Don't do that. Don't hang your hat on that, please. For everybody's sake. Keep your wealthy habit on the flow, on the up. Continue to eat well. Continue to speak to yourself well. Continue to be a student. Wealthy individuals are studious. They know they don't know everything, and they always try to learn and expand their horizons. Be a student. Wealthy people know how to bring value to things. That's the first thing I was speaking about. What's the value? What do you provide? That's the real currency, your service, your energy. What do you provide? You know why Ascending Infinite Goddess is so wealthy? You know why I'm able to call things in and have them manifest at the speed of my desire? Not because of finances, but because of my mindset, because of my thoughts, because the control that I have over them, because of the control I have over my own dominion. And when I recognize that there are certain things that I don't know, I go look it up. I go read about it. I get a book. I ask other individuals who are wiser than me. I go search and seek them out, because there's nothing wrong with having a blueprint and just tweaking it and putting your own personal stamp on it. There's nothing new under the sun. There's no such thing as you copying me, you stealing from me, you... No. It's flattery and authenticity and originality at its finest. There may be similarities, but it's still beautiful and divine and abundant and resourceful, bringing it back to the wealthy mindset. So don't let your outside resources tell you differently. Don't let the things on the outside tell you differently, because they're just reflecting what you're thinking. Hush. It's just reflecting what you're thinking. Okay? So that is that, wealthy family. I love you all. I appreciate you all. Thank you for subscribing to my new channel, my new YouTube channel, Channeling Messages with the Angel Oracle. Thank you for liking this video, sharing my video. I'm excited for this year. I'm excited for 2024. Like, we about to have the glow up, okay? As this one comes out. All right. I love you all. I appreciate you all. And until we connect again, stay alert, stay aware, and live in love.